Get out here now!
This is my house, and I haven't done anything.
In policing, one of the most common calls that we respond to is domestic violence, unfortunately. And every officer can tell you that there are two things that have a thread line that go through domestic violence calls. Very often we get recalled to the same residence or deal with the same people and only believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. This is one of those.
Sheriff's office. They're right for 4 Century. She's not going to answer the door.
When we knock on doors and you got windows on either side and their door looks like it's pretty flimsy, standing right there after you knock is definitely not the tactical way to handle a door knock. If you knock, you want to maybe use expandable baton so you can stand further to the side so you're not in view. Knock on the door and then get out of the way. It's not a tactically advantageous position to be after you knock on a door.
Unless he's got another door unlocked. Shouldn't be that hard.
Yes, on Maysville, checkup.
Checkup.
Here, Claire, he's advising she's still actively trying to break the door down.
Yeah.
The dispatcher is saying that there's a female inside attempting to break the door down. The male is barricaded inside the room to stay away from the female. And now we have what's called exigent circumstances, which means that without a warrant, the police under those circumstances are likely good to breach and go inside the residence. But there has to be an exigency and they have to act in that manner when they make the entry. See what happens.
Does it have a back door or anything that's unlocked?
He's advising all the doors are locked.
Guess we're gonna break his front door.
Yep.
You may get it.
Got a little push step.
That works, I guess. Get out here now! Your hands right now. Get down here.
No, I'm not coming down here. This is my house. Get your hands off of me. I haven't done nothing wrong.
On you.
No, I don't, and I've not done anything. Get the off of me. This is my house, and I haven't done anything.
Behind your back.
No, I haven't done nothing wrong. You're not taking me to jail. No. No, you're not, dude. I don't think so. I've not done nothing. I swear to God, I will sue the honey. Chris, you better come out here and tell him that I have not touched you. All I've done was beat on the floor.
Give me your other hand.
Can I give you my hand when I'm on? How do you expect me to do that? How in the constitute you coming in, breaking the door down because I'm having a conversation with my husband? That justifies that? That was called for? I didn't want to answer it. I wanted to finish my conversation. That's what I wanted. I swear to God, I think I'm having a stroke.
I'd like to readdress the exigent circumstances because attorneys on the defense side will always look at this and on the prosecution side as well. The best tactical way to do this is to come up with a plan. And you saw that the female officer was really having trouble kicking the door. If that's the case, should the male officer have been the one to kick the door and then the female officer is on lethal? Because if this is an exigent circumstance and we believe this male is in trouble, what are we going to do when we encounter a potentially armed person? Another thing I'd like to address again is the handcuffing. The female officer, when she went to cuff, she was kind of having trouble getting the cuff on, and it was, and your cuff should be able to, once, boom, right off, bang, bang. If this person was fighting, these officers are going to be in trouble. And again, my criticism is constructive because I want to see police officers go home. Then again, we're on these steps. Does the male come down the steps because he sees his significant other being arrested? We've seen it happen. Law enforcement officers who are watching this will tell you, you will see a person that called the police instantly flip on the police when they see that their significant other is being handcuffed. It happens.
Look, I haven't done anything wrong. So you guys can't just take me to jail for arguing, beating on my own. I own this house, and I have a right to get on the door if he just runs away from me.
Make sure she doesn't have any.
I don't have any and I haven't done anything wrong. All I've done was try to have a conversation with him. So I didn't feel the need to bring you guys into a problem when there's not a problem.
Well, apparently the problem is you're in the call.
No, the problem is he does not know how to admit that he's wrong. He doesn't know how to admit that he cheated on me for so long, and he wants me to get over it. Okay.
So what's going on?
Well, you guys can see in reports that this has happened multiple times.
Yeah.
She takes no medication, and when she don't take it, she becomes that. Now, we've been going through this, and I've learned, like, here, let me show you guys something. Look at this. This had a 2x4 through it. There's one on that side, too. I know what's going to happen. It happened yesterday. I called the police down in Clinton County because she was losing her shit. And this is all over. Me and her had a thing with her friend 20 years ago. That friend's dead. That relationship ended. It's all, I mean, whatever.
Obviously, since she's passed away.
But she gets triggered and thinks of thoughts and shit, then goes nuts over.
I worked domestic violence for some time, and one of the things that we look for is we look at walls inside of homes and see if there's damage to the walls or pictures. And when I look at this one up here, and I'm not saying that's the case, I would take those off and look to see if there were punch marks or holes inside the wall, especially like this one looks like it's a little bit off. Those are things that you look for in domestic violence type situations. And again, these could be placed there because of decorative reasons.
Well, that's kind of hard to do when you won't even let me have a conversation with you. When you just continuously walk away from me. I didn't do nothing wrong. You guys are crazy. I swear to God, I will get a phone and sue because I haven't done this is my and nothing you guys did justifies breaking my down. I mean, just because I didn't answer the door doesn't mean you guys have the right to it down. Nobody's in danger. He wasn't being or beaten on.
And I got out and she started threatening everything. She calmed down for a second, so I got back in. And then she went to like hurt herself. I shut the key off, shut it. She yanked the keys out. I got out. I said, hey, crazy, blah, blah, blah. They gave me a ride home. She wasn't here. So I was like, well, let me get my truck and leave and she can have the place, whatever. I'm gone. So I left. Gets about, I think it was 6 or 7. I got cameras in the house. I looked on my camera. She wasn't home. So I'm like, she's probably going to stay gone. So I came home last night. That dog stayed here. I woke up this morning. She's on the couch. So last night she was talking to me like she was cool. Everything was calmed down. I thought maybe she took her medicine. So I didn't think it was too big of a deal this morning. No. It all came right up real quick, slept 2x4 in and stayed in there for an hour, listening to her threatening me, yelling at me, calling me every book. And I even told her twice, fake it out. I'm going to call the police.
So in a lot of jurisdictions, there are collateral charges that can be placed on a person. If a person is attempting to call 911 and the person that they're in the domestic situation with, even if there hasn't been a battery, if they shut the phone off or take the phone away or restrict their movement, there are other charges. Those charges can be kidnapping, coercion, anything like that, and officers will investigate that. So in many jurisdictions, that's a crime. And a lot of times it's a felony.
This ain't even how the is gonna come arrest me when I've not done anything wrong. That's my house, and if I want to beat on every one there, I should have the right to do that. I paid for it. I feel like I gave him 20 years of my life and to remain faithful to him, and he can't even justify having a 5-minute conversation with me that I don't owe. He don't owe me that. After 20 years of being faithful to somebody, that's not cool. And I have every right.
She needs, in my head, because this has been going on for 2 years now, institutionalized. She needs to be put somewhere and get her medicines right, or maybe even talk to her to figure out what really, there's something deeper inside. There's got to be. She wasn't like this forever. Like, how the hell's 2 years out of 20 years, she just loses her I just don't understand. I don't understand mental problems. I don't understand her medicine. She got on a fucking medicine, guys.
Can we get my phone, please? Am I going to jail?
I don't know what's going on yet. I just got here.
I swear to God, I've not done anything wrong. I beat on the door. Yes, I did. Because I wanted him to answer me. He can sit in there and he can call the cops and tell them I'm going crazy, but he won't answer me, so I can just move on with my life. That's all I want. I just want closure. That's all I want. It's for him to just tell me that he never loved me. Just be honest. Why? Why hide from me? Hiding isn't going to make anything better.
They changed you last year or 2 years ago. They changed her to lithium. That really, she went nuts and stuff. Hearing stuff, she sat in that bed, was talking to people that's dead. Telling me that my son walked by the door and left with some people. He was in his room sleeping. All kinds.
But he always blames me and my medicine. My medicine had nothing to do with any of this. It had to do with the fact that he always runs away and hangs up on me. He can never just have a conversation with me It's always got to be something stupid, childish.
So we should all agree that the mental health situation in the United States is in dire straits. We have some challenges with mental health, and police, the medical people, first responders will all tell you firsthand that many times we're placed in a situation where we have to deal with a situation that is sometimes a mental health crisis that turns into a criminal justice type of situation. Just change the characters. You can flip it for the male to the female to the male. Every jurisdiction, this type of call.
So I'm seeing damage and chips on this door. Is that old or is that new?
This is from previous right here. This all right here is from the day. The doorknob being broke off.
Like marks and stuff.
Yeah, that's the day.
Probably from that rubber hammer there.
I would say.
Okay. So she had the hammer there?
This one here, so she's trying to hit the door with this, that hammer. I don't know if you guys see anything else.
Well, just leave everything where it is so we can photograph it. Also, if you did have that 2x4 through the door, we're going to need to photograph all the measures you took to bar the door. The knife that she was threatening you with.
Never seen it.
Do you know? You never seen it?
Nope. I told the lady on the phone that
What?
I'd never
Okay.
seen a knife. I was in there.
So
But she did threaten you?
She said, "You come out of this room, I'm gonna have you dead." And then she kept saying different stuff like, "I'll murder your ass as soon as you come calling the cops on me."
Okay.
But she's manic.
So you never saw a knife?
No, never seen no weapons.
Don't know
She
if
didn't
she
touch
had
me.
a specific one in mind. Are there any knives available to
Well,
her?
kitchen.
Kitchen.
There's always knives in the kitchen. So, but see, like my guns are in that safe. She don't have the password or a key. Actually, that's why I got the safe, to be honest with you, because she was getting a little weird. I'm gonna hunt you down at your jobs. You're gonna have to get people to haul me off your jobs. I'm gonna ruin your. And when you fall asleep anytime, I'm gonna come in the house. You. So, if she's manic, I believe that possibly is a possibility because people that are manic are just not there. They're not themselves.
Has she harmed you before?
Oh, well, yeah, those were police reports. There was cuts and stuff. I even got in trouble for fighting back because, two people fighting, you both get in trouble. But, after you get hit for 3 different times calling the cops and you get stuck in this room and she's in there, yeah, I did hit her and I threw her out of my way, but I was just trying to get the hell away.
What was the fight? What started today?
Same thing. She thinks about this girl. Her name was Marcia. 20 years ago, we had a thing with her. I had like a throuple thing, like 3 people. Okay, that ended anyway. And she's dead now. This girl's dead.
The person I've dedicated my whole entire life to and stayed faithful for and have done everything and been there for him and forgave him for cheating on me. I feel like I've been taken advantage of and I feel like I'm in the wrong again. He makes me look like I'm crazy.
Do you take any medication?
Yeah.
What kind of medication do you take?
Stomach medicine, mental health medicine.
What are you diagnosed with?
Bipolar. I've got major depressive disorder. All I was doing, I came home this morning after he argued with me yesterday and wouldn't have a conversation with me. Finally, I got him to talk to me last night. And he listened and acted like he cared and understood my feelings and validated that I wasn't just feeling this way and making things up just to be mad at him or just to make his life hell.
Let's talk about Miranda really quickly. That female being in the back of the police car in custody, she can't go anywhere. And the police start asking questions specific to the crime that they are investigating. Miranda would be appropriate and need to be read by the officer if they're going to ask questions related to the crime. Now, if they just put you in the back of the police car and you start talking, those are called spontaneous utterances. Those things that you say to the police under those circumstances, the police can utilize those and write those into a report. Once the police start asking questions, Miranda needs to be read prior to asking those questions. Otherwise, the responses to those questions can easily be thrown out.
She gets in these moods where her medicine or something happens and she goes back to them. And she says, "No, you was a cheating mother." I get that. I've apologized about this. I said sorry so many times. There was even weeks, like months. Every Friday when I came from work, "I'm sorry for anything I did to hurt you." I feel like because it's causing her to be nuts. But now I can't fix it. So I thought after so many times we're talking about it, everything's going to end. It's not ending. So it's either the medication, it's not right, or she's really messed up in her head and I don't know it.
That he can just run away from me after I've gave him 20 years. You just run away and threaten me with the cops all the time and act like a child. That's what I deserve. That's the kind of respect I get for being dedicated to somebody and never doing anything wrong.
I want you to think about something really quickly. This is kind of tragic what these two people are going through for all these years. They got a kid together. Just know this. Someone that you work with is silently going through something like this and they're just too embarrassed to say it. So maybe when they're acting off the rails or they're a little short, maybe think about the fact that they might be going through something inside their own personal life, because these things happen.
Do you have any recordings of what she was saying to you today?
I
Today,
do, but you
specifically?
really can't hear it. You can see her beating on the door. Let's see, this is the last time. Or did I take
Any video you're going to need to send to Deputy Snell so that we have that.
Get out, Chris. Get the out of my house now. Get out. Get the out. Get out. I'm not going to stand here and look like a over you being a husband.
That's her trying to break down the
Yeah, I
door.
can see the doorknob moving.
But all during that, she was doing threats and stuff. You just can't hear it clear.
We have dispatch recordings too that we can get.
Oh, she heard it, and she said, "I'll stay in the room." I have no to stay in the room. I'm not going to jail ever again for something I didn't really cause.
There's a saying that says, hit me once, shame on you. Hit me twice, shame on me. Someone putting their hands on you is completely unacceptable. If you take them back, that's why it says, shame on me. It's time to go when things get violent. It really is. And what you should do to protect yourself: record, document, notify the authorities, and leave.
And then his friend told me, well, he's cheating on you. And I'm, well, again, he's cheating on me again. It never stopped, is what he said to me. It never stopped. For 16 years, he continued to hurt me. And I never found out about it. And this all happened because I was raped by that neighbor there. And the trauma caused all these memories to come back of stuff that I did forgive him for. I did forgive him for having an affair with her. But at the time I forgave him for it, I didn't know that it was still going to happen. And then it still continued to go on, even when he moved me 2 hours away. And it's not like I've suffered enough having to be raped and everything being dismissed because there wasn't enough of his DNA to prove that it was him. But there was male DNA in my underwear. And then my husband just brushes that off like I was just crazy. And then gets mad and tells me I let the neighbor come over and me. That's what I did.
Who wants to share details like this about their life? No one. And listening to them is painful and kind of cringy a lot of times when you hear some of the things that people say. And Lisa, we call that the backseat confessional or backseat therapy, because sometimes people just want to be heard. You have to listen to a volume and volumes of stories just like this.
You ever had a protection order with her?
No,
Do you want one?
I might have to. I'm nervous. I mean, anybody can kill anybody. Don't get me wrong. It could happen to anybody. But the thing is, I love her. She's my wife, 20 years. I just want her better. But I don't know how to go about it.
Does she have a counselor, psychiatrist, or anything?
She does, but they don't care.
So you're talking about restraining orders. The most important thing with restraining orders, know how it works in your jurisdiction. Documentation is key.
Can you please go in there and get my phone? I've been nothing but good to you. I've explained to you everything that's going on, and I don't deserve it. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even threaten him. I didn't touch him. I didn't do anything. So I don't see how you guys just justify coming in somebody's house and throwing the goddamn door down. Because I was beating on a door that I own. I own that. I paid for it. I have every right to do what I want. And I didn't threaten that fat mother. But you know what? I tell you what, when I get out of jail, he better not be there because I will. That's when I'm going to get him. Send me to my jail.
Best witness against yourself. Those kind of statements recorded, no bueno.
Hey, I'm a construction worker. I'll fix it.
So it's just like that.
That right there,
Probably
my son was here. She beat her head into this floor. I had to hold her down while the cops was being called. She locked him out. He had to bust this open to get in here,
Yeah,
get to
I
the
figured it'd
phone.
been busted before since I was on there.
Okay, I want you to look at these configuration of artwork that's on the walls here. This is definitely something that I would look behind to just see if this is ongoing. It's obvious in this case, but sometimes when people try to hide the fact that it's going on, a lot of times the females will hide this because they want to be protective of their partner. And they're like, no, nothing's ever happened. And then you look behind that and you see that there are holes inside the walls.
I'm buckled in. How you expect me to do that? I'm not Houdini.
Whoa, hey, what's up?
No. You motherfuckers come into my house and broke my goddamn door down and tackled me to the floor over a fucking grown-ass man standing in the room trying to make me look like I'm crazy because he's a cheating bastard. This is the 4th time I've went to jail and I didn't do a goddamn thing to even deserve to be here.
I'm pissed.
I understand.
Right.
Just listen
They
to me.
broke in my house.
Okay.
And then tackled me to the ground like some kind of goddamn criminal because he says that I'm crazy or I'm going ballistic. No.
Just listen to me, okay?
It's not cool.
I can't talk to you until I read certain things to you. Okay?
I know you gotta read your rights.
I want
I'm
to
just
give.
ready to get this over with.
I know.
Right here,
Okay, just
so
listen.
I can move on with my life.
Okay, just listen. I want to give you an opportunity to tell your side, but I have
I'm
to go.
going to. I swear to God,
Okay.
when I get out of here, I'm going to find a lawyer and the mother who broke my goddamn door down and tackled me like I'm some kind
Okay,
of
listen.
criminal or crazy
Just
person.
listen.
Like
Just
that
listen to me,
300-pound mother
Ju-
was in danger from
All
me.
right, just
He was
listen
in
to me.
danger.
I'm going to unbuckle you, and you got to listen to the COs,
Well,
all
how
right?
does he expect me to get out when I'm buckled in the goddamn car?
You didn't know that you had your seatbelt
How do you
on.
not see a goddamn seatbelt? Like I'm just trying to sit there and no, I'm not trying to get out. Get on the business. Have no proof that the person is being assaulted or even threatened. Kick their door in and then tackle
Hold on. Listen to me. What she's asking you is if you want to go in and talk to her and write a statement about your side. She can't talk to you about all that other stuff.
them. Yeah, I just don't feel like
But-
this.
So
Like I don't deserve this. I didn't do anything
you have the right to
wrong.
feel that way, but do you want to write a written statement?
This is called some places call it a suicide smock or a safety smock. And this is something that you can't tear so that you can make a ligature. And if people make certain statements to make the officer believe that it's more appropriate for them to be dressed in one of those, then they'll put them in one of those smocks. Some other jurisdictions call it something different.
We're just going to go down
My
here.
house and I'll burn that piece to the ground.
All right. Let's go down this way.
Okay, here you go.
If anybody who's done damage something, it should be me.
All right, we're going in this room on the right.
But I've been the only person that hasn't damaged it.
And you
Him
go to
and
the
my
left.
son.
Left side of the table, please.
I look like a goddamn hole in here over a man again. This is bull. And then you make me look like a clown walking around here like I'm serious.
If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed by the court to represent you without cost. Bring time to the county, bring time to the defender's office, you by providing a lawyer before any question. You understand?
You know what really sucks is that the judge is probably tired of seeing me beat on him, and he's probably gonna believe that I actually did something wrong this time,
Okay. The reason you're here is
because he made a fly.
for domestic violence by threats.
And I didn't
Okay.
even do anything wrong.
He was on the phone with dispatch on 911.
I didn't threaten him though. He wouldn't open the door, or leave, or even give me a comment, like, there's nothing. It's like, I don't know. How do you do something to somebody and justify not even giving that person an explanation, not answering that person, just completely ignoring that person, and threatening them with the cops all the time?
So we heard the officer mention the charge of domestic violence via threats. Nearly every police officer that has any time on the street has dealt with several domestic violence cases in a patrol capacity. These situations are really sad because there are so many people that go through this kind of stuff and they suffer in silence. Is the criminal justice system going to fix this, or is it just going to be a revolving recall until maybe something, God forbid, serious happens to one or the other? Or is this something that the mental health people should be dealing with? And I'm interested to hear a better fix, because I don't know that the criminal justice system, it can be a band-aid and separate the two. And I know that there's someone that's watching this that is going through this, and you're looking for that message that you should probably leave. And I don't know if this is that message, but you really need to do the soul search warrant on yourself and think about, maybe I should, because domestic violence can lead to much, much worse things, ultimately up to someone losing their life. So I hope that this helps someone. And if you know someone who you think is going through a situation like this, share this video with them. It's important. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and there should be a video on your screen, and there'll be content very similar to this where you can learn about policing.